Okay, so for pretty much the last year, we've been getting weekly blog posts for Payday 3. These blog posts began as part of Operation Medic Bag and have been a way of keeping the community in the loop with what the team's been working on. And they've given us a peek at upcoming things for the game like the adaptive armor, progression system changes, Mask of the Week, or more recently the overskill system. And for the most part, these blogs were really well received by the community, especially when they first started coming out, because pretty much each week we got to learn about something interesting. But every now and again there would be a weaker blog post, and I think that was to be expected. There can't always be something cool to share. That's not to say that the team weren't working on cool things, it's just that there still had to be some surprises for us. They couldn't really tell us everything, nor would I want them to. But as Operation Medic Bag wrapped up and we got closer to the end of 2024, the amount of actually exciting information that we got from these blog posts began to slow down. Eventually, it got to the point where whenever there was an exciting blog, you'd see comments about how rare these more content-rich blogs felt. So all of this leads us to the first blog of 2025, where we're told that the weekly blog posts are coming to an end. Of course, we'll still be getting blog posts whenever there's something interesting to share, we just shouldn't expect them every week. So there are two ways that you can look at this. You could see this as a good thing. If the team isn't committing to putting out a blog post on a week where there isn't something particularly interesting to share, then that means each blog post will be more valuable. So whenever a blog post is released, it's less of a gamble as to whether or not it's actually something worth paying attention to. I can just see it making the blog post a little bit more of an event when they come out, something worth acknowledging and getting excited for, as opposed to just a thing that happens every week. Of course, on the other hand, you could choose to look at this as the beginning of another period of silence from the team. We'll still be getting the 2 weekly live streams, but as for continuous discussion about upcoming content and features, well, those days might be over. The blog posts were our most frequent touch point with new things coming to the game, other than waiting for dev update videos and so on. So without these blogs, we will be hearing less and less about Payday 3. Only time will tell how much impact this reduction in communication will actually have on Payday 3's future. I'm hopeful that this might not actually feel as bad as it sounds. At face value, less blog posts doesn't sound great, but if it really is just the filler blogs that were pretty much only being released in order to hit that weekly quota that are being cut, then we might not really even feel this change too much at all. But as I said, only time will tell. We know that we can expect at least one update coming in Q1 of 2025, and it's going to contain the Armor 2.0 system. Who knows when we'll next hear more about what else is coming in this update, but if we can only expect one update in Q1, then I wouldn't expect it until late March, as Armor 2.0 was delayed until spring 2025, which only begins in the final weeks of March. So while we all kind of knew we weren't getting an update in January, perhaps we're not getting one in February either. Again, none of that has been confirmed. We might be getting more than one update in Q1, but that's how it currently looks. And something that stood out to me is if we are waiting until spring for our next update, spring starts on March 20th this year, which will be exactly 100 days since our last update. So with that in mind, I really hope that we either get more than one update this quarter, or at the very least, we don't have to wait till spring. On the subject of waiting a long time, the Dragan Files ARG has finally progressed, and we've actually made our way into the VS folder, which gives us some interesting information about Pearl's past. I'll be diving into all of that in one of my next videos, so if that sounds interesting to you, or you want to keep up to date with Payday 3 as 2025 progresses, consider subscribing. I'm keeping this video short and sweet, as if you can't tell by my voice, I'm pretty sick at the moment. But if you want to learn more about something, click the video on screen now. I don't actually know what you're going to be recommended. I'm leaving it up to the algorithm to decide this time. So whatever it is, I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.